Hello, welcome to the channel, welcome to the new video. It's the week after Truckfest. It's another Friday. This time Friday, we were sitting in a lay-by waiting for Jay from Get Up Garage in the rain. Today, it is lovely, sunny, glorious, and we are stuck at work. I'm filming on my phone because I have put the GoPro down somewhere at home. And God only knows where I've put it. The house is a bit of upside down at the minute. We're just with everything going on in the house, so I know it's at home because I uploaded all the videos from red paint. There we go. I uploaded the videos from Truckfest. Today, what I'm doing is, because the wagon is now having to take a back burner, sit in the back burner, because we really need to prioritise getting on with the house. So the house is taking the bathroom was taking a back burner while I was working on the wagon getting it ready for Truckfest. So now it needs to swap around. So I've had, you might remember in the last video I said I had a couple strobes and side markers to go in the front grille, which I didn't get in. Well, I think I'm going to try and get those in for you. It's a job that'll take not that long. This is the plan. You can see there, got side markers. They're just held in place at the minute, they're not actually in. I think side markers there. I've got two side markers in the grille. To be honest, I set them in the centre of the grille instead of in the gaps there, because I thought it would look quite nice that. Go with the amber lollipops, and I'm also going to have ambers under the bumper and on the top, 3 each. So I've got my strobes here, got strobe, 2 in the centre. They're just little three banger strobes, and then these are just normal side markers with brackets on. To be honest, I like these ones because they're not in your face, glary light. They're a nice glow light instead of being like ridiculously bright. And also I thought they fit quite nicely in the grill themselves, and they've got brackets on, which I didn't know when I bought it, not gonna lie. That's the plan. The hardest thing I think is actually going to be making the strobes sync with these, with the hideaway strobes in the headlights. That's going to be the hardest job, figuring out how to do that again, because I've forgotten, if I'm perfectly honest. I just want these in because we are booked into Truckfest Northeast, which is at Walsingham on the first weekend of June. So in like 3 weeks time, we'll be there. Richard Jackson's coming up again, probably park with him, and Liam from LNT, LMB. So that's going to be great. Should be a decent little show, I think. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan anyway. So I think first jobs first, because I think it's about 3:30. I finished all my jobs. It's Friday. It's sunny. I don't want to waste the afternoon, and I want to get a little bit of footage for you, because otherwise there'll be nothing on the wagon for the next week or two while we're fitting bathroom up. Houses and lorries, they're always hungry for money. First jobs first. Bumper off. And you get the cables in place. So I've got some 3-core, which I've now got 3-core because we used it to rewire Dad's bike. And what I'm doing is I'm running 3-core because, if you remember with the hideaways, I'll put a link to fitting the hideaways in up here somewhere. Also might at some point turn these around so these are at the bottom so you see them easier. With these you have a wire which syncs them, which they work together, so that's why you can have that flashes twice and then that one flashes twice and they alternate like that. So I just want to do that, but I want them to be in time with strobes that are going to be in the grill, so I need to figure out how to time them all up together. I've got the wire in place. It's not wired in yet, obviously it's hanging at the bottom, but I want to know where the plug's going to be, so I'm going to get they come over with this little sticky pad, which I'm still going to put fixings through, hard fixings. It gives you a good template as well, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to template this, use this as a template, put that in the centre like that. I can drill a hole, and drill out a little hole there, because that's where the wire's gone through, but where it's actually going to sit. Well, I've got one of the strobes in. There it is there. I've just got to fit that one. I have got this one wired up, but I'm not going to bother turning it on yet because there's only one. It's wired up. I did pull this. I didn't have this all tied up before, and I opened the grill before, and that might need addressing because that's going to snag up in there. I don't want that. I have to run that around that side of it. Something like that, I don't know. But it did snag up and pull the wires with the plug, so I've had to do that again. One of those things you live and learn. So next job is I'm going to run some 3-core from the wire in here, because I've got 7-core in. I'm going to run 3-core across here to a plug over here for putting this one in. But I'm just going to mark up this one and put this one in the general vicinity too. So what I've done is I've got that one in, and this is where the markers are going to run. What I've done is warmed them up, and I've bent the bracket a bit. It's supposed to be straight, but it means that what I can do is, if I just have that there, I can run them straight onto the top of this bracket here, this bar here, all the way across like that. And then I think that looks quite nice, to be honest. I like that. Been making a bit more progress with the grill. So I got some wiring in last night, little bits, like, just making sure nothing's dragging, yep, like, I don't know, 5 minutes here and there. So I haven't really been filming too much, but what I've done is, I might get the wiring in. I've got this wire here, which is twin core, which is going to be for the sides. I've got that light, that strobes in place. I've got this side marker in place. It's bolted in, and I didn't want the bolts to show, so what I've done is I've countersunk them. I've got little countersunk M5 stainless Allen bolts, and I've countersunk in the grill itself, so they sit in. They're not quite flush, but I'm having to do it is, if I get the countersink here, because I can't, you can see here, problem, can't get drill in. Can't get drill in from the top either, so I'm having to do it by hand, like this. Literally turning the countersinker by hand. I am going to paint the grill at some point. I'm going to paint the grill so the whole thing will come off. I'll take these off, paint them properly. I might paint my wiper arms as well, I don't know yet. But the grill will come off. I'll prep and paint that into full gloss like the drop wings are. See, we've done 200 mile back up from Lincoln, and then they've been sat in the yard for a week, 2 weeks now, week and a half. So yeah, the grill's going to be back like that. So this is all going to be painted up properly at some point, but at the minute, oh, and I'll paint these trims as well. I need a new cap for this one here. Probably paint those trims the same colour as the tank, like that. So I managed to get the wiring loom made for the side markers, the front markers. That's in, plugs are in. I need to finish tying it up properly. I need to tidy it up properly, put conduit on stuff, a bit more heat shrink on a few bits, but it's nearly there. I was also looking at this. What I might do is, because I might pull this off. It's only held on with 2 bolts. Pull this off, clean it up, and then I can take this off. And next time I'm blasting and painting, I can just blast and paint it. So wiring all comes down to here, this junction box here, which looks like a bit of a mess, but it's organised mess. I know what does what. Now I've just got to strip the wires and put my spades and stuff on. Well, I've given up for the night. I had them on and they're working. The side markers aren't working, but I'm not sure why. And I'm wondering whether it's stupid and it's backwards for some reason, instead of having, because there's a white wire and a red and a black wire. No, see, I've assumed the black wire is earth, white wire is power. So I wired them up that way and they're not coming on. And the strobes, trying to get them sync up with the headlights, I can't remember how to reset it all, how to group them all together at once without reading into it. And I don't have time to do that tonight, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to read up on it tonight and figure out what I actually need to do tomorrow. I found the GoPro. It was in the bottom drawer of my wardrobe. It's now Thursday morning. I looked up how to regroup the LEDs and set them up again because I forgot. So now I'm going to try and set the LEDs up. So guys, another thing I want to do is I want to set the strobes up so they're off. Instead of being on an ignition live, they're on a permanent live, because at the minute they're on ignition live. So if I've set them up, or if I've got them on, I've got to have the ignition on, which is not great. So those 2 are flashing. I've reset them. Those 2 are on. Looks like they're flashing the camera, but they're not. So let's get these off and see what's going on with them. So I'm still trying to figure out this wiring, and because I've overcomplicated it for myself, because I was just talking through it to myself on a Snapchat to my mate Jack, who's good at sparky stuff. I was talking it through to him on the Snapchat and went, I've just figured it out. That's what it was. So, because the polarity is reversed on these lights, and I've wired them up so black is earth and white is power, and then what I've done is I have just finished my cup of tea and I'm in doubt. So as the saying goes, When in doubt, blew up. Let's get the kettle on again. So what I've done is, I have overcomplicated it for myself, and not at the same time. So I need to redo some wiring and fix what I've just messed up, because assumption is the mother of all mess ups, we'll say. Assumption makes an ass out of you and me, and that's what I've just done, because I assumed that black on the sides was earth. So I've got the wiring modified at the top. I think the problem is, what I've done is, I've been doing a bit here, a bit there, and a bit here and a bit there all the time. And instead of actually just like getting on and doing the job at once, and I think that's why I've messed it up, because I should have just done the whole job at once instead of trying to fit it in between everything. I think that's the real problem. So I'm finding it a lot easier to group them up and set them up with a power probe. I was watching the didnt video last night on grouping them and setting them up again, because I was overcomplicating it myself and trying to overthinking it. So I watched the video and it helped. The bloke that I was watching said some people like to set them up on the bench and then wire them up and then connect them all together and they're fine. Which, to be honest, I might start doing from now, because setting them up like this, I'm setting them up on the wagon now, but it'll be a lot easier to set them up with the flash pattern and the group on the bench with the power probe. Now I want to set up a flash pattern, so I want just 2 flashes, flash, 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 flash. So now I've just got to do that. So to do that, get my power probe, I'm going to probe, put that into there, put the power to it, and I'm going to touch that wire, that little blue wire, to the power probe for less than a second, and it will change flash pattern to, so I'm going to go down here, number 8 double, because that's what I want. I can always change it if I want to at some point. Once the grouping's the hard bit, setting the flashes in the hard bit, to be honest. So that's all wired in now, they're set up. So that one's group 1, that one's group 2. For some reason I try to change that one to group 1, every time it just resets to back to group 2, and I do not know why. So I've got them strobe wires all set up. Unfortunately, the 2 headlight strobes won't calibrate or won't sync with the grill strobes, because they're different brands. I've tried every which way and they won't sync. And I've also found out that these ones, I had a big paddy and nearly had a big meltdown, because I thought I knackered them. Where the strobes in the headlights use a negative to switch it, and the strobes in the grill use a positive to switch it. So the trigger wires, one's positive, one's negative, so it won't sync. So what I've done is I've just set them up so they're obviously different and not trying to sync. The ones in the headlights will go 3 times, strobe 3 times alternate, and the ones in the grill strobe twice alternate. But what I want to do now is quickly, I want to pull the headlights apart again. I'm going to switch this so this is on the bottom so you see it, because you don't see it in the daylight, you don't see it with the lights on. But if I switch them around upside down and put that there, you see it. I'm just going to pull the headlight out and do it now while I've got a chance, and then that'll be it for this video. The headlights are pulled apart. I've got one pulled apart, the other one's half pulled apart. Just need to dislocate that one, and that should pop up like that. Now I'll be able to get the glass hood, turn the glass the right way around. I just want to pull this up, turn it around, put it back in. So unfortunately, because of the way I've done it is with swapping the lenses around, the bezels around, should I say, so it's at the bottom, I am having to move this, fitting this ball joint here from there to there, but it really isn't the end of the world. It's easy done. So I just got to drill them off and put 2 new pop rivets in. Headlights built back up, so let's get them back into the wagon. Bumper on, and I need to head away home. Bumper's back on, headlights are in. I'm going to have to reset my headlights, aim on them, because the aim will be miles off. But it's one of those things. I can do that, I'm not worried about that. So let's see how the strobes look at the bottom. Hopefully, the stand do that a little bit more. It's a bit hard showing you the lights in the middle of sunny and the sun's shining on the front of the wagon, so let's just hope we can see it. Should be able to. Oh, that's better. That's it. they're going off, and you can see them. Yeah, and you can. Yeah, it flashes up and it reflects into here, doesn't it? Yeah. Much better. Obviously, it is a lot harder to see in the light, but we'll get some nice nighttime footage of it soon. Don't you worry about that. Well, that's it for this little video, which probably isn't actually that little anymore, because they went wrong a few times. Mainly my fault, but these things happen. You live and learn. Every day's a school day. So, I'm going to be cracking on. I'm going to call it a day for this video. Thank you for watching. I've got plenty more to come, but I just need to get the bathroom sorted out the way first. So, wagon's taking the back seat, but we will be at North East Truck Fest in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, comment, let us know what you think. I'm happy with it so far. I'll tell you better when it's dark and I can see properly. But yeah, thanks, and we'll catch you on in a bit. Ta-ra for now.